Crypto just can't seem to catch a break. Now in peril, Bitcoin trading down to 112,000 this week, and a bounce is still not quite in sight yet. Altcoins bleeding as well, but there are two spicy charts that might redeem the crypto rally. Things are looking dark, but they always seem to right before the dawn. What do you guys think? Is the bear market creeping closer, or are we still just feet away from that ultimate euphoric rally? I'll tell you my thoughts on this. I'll share the charts that you should be watching today, and we're going to go over the analysis that you have to see. So smash the like buttons, subscribe, join our crew. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's go. The transition. All right, that worked out. What's up, everybody? Crypto is actually a little sketchy right now. I'm going to be real with you. Total crypto market cap did what we didn't want it to do. It has recovered a little bit here. It has held the 3.73 trillion mark, but man, not with just no time to spare, no inches for error here. Pretty much closing exactly at 3.73 on Monday. Bouncing yesterday, but not a significant bounce. We can see a little bit of buying, a little bit of bullish pressure here, but not quite making up what it lost the day before. This is not a super bullish sign. The only thing this has going for it at the moment is that we've held 3.73 trillion. That's really it. This is the line where we lose this again, like we did earlier in August, and things start to look pretty bad. The whole structure of the crypto market could be lining up for a bigger dump or a deeper retracement, and that's going to kick off with really anything underneath 3.73 trillion. So silver lining, thank God that it closed above. Thank God we're seeing some green here. I still have upwards of 5 trillion, 7 trillion for the end of this bull cycle, but man, we're cutting it close. The weeks are melting by. We're about to close out August here, and we're just inching closer towards that inevitable end of cycle. There's talk of a divergence or a departure from a 4-year cycle. I think that I don't really know why people are looking at that, honestly. We've talked about it every cycle, but it doesn't quite make sense to me that people are calling for it now. I even saw a tweet earlier that said it's 50-50, like a 50% chance it will diverge from the 4-year cycle and 50% chance it won't. And no, they didn't. It wasn't like the joke of like it either does or it doesn't, 50-50. No, they were like being serious. I don't see any evidence for this yet. That's the wild part. The only difference even in this cycle that we can see is the all-time high breaking before halving, and like that's it. Outside of that, this has been very normal. Well, you know, very normal. Bitcoin dominance has been different as well, but that isn't really cycle breaking. That's more I don't know, just kind of like a different flavor, I guess. There's just nothing that directly points to it. Maybe it's a little different, but it doesn't point towards the cycle being different or breaking or really like changing that much from what we've seen in the past. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because everyone's bored. We're all just looking for, sorry, I got rid of the chat. We're just looking for something, right? I think that might be it. So Bitcoin, of course, following that total. Not looking so hot here. Closing yesterday below 112K. Today trading slightly higher, but failing to see that breakout that we want to see, that return to the monthly pivot at 115.7. This is really not energetic price action. This is not showing us the confidence that I'd like to see. You know, we've rejected, we've broken the monthly low, and now coming back to test what was support earlier in August, now as resistance, and not seeing really the follow through I want to see. That of course could change into Friday, but as it stands, that's looking like the most probable outcome, right? We've traded higher, it got sold off. Today's looking largely neutral, right below previous support. Resistance is here. August, despite having an all-time high, which I don't really remember any Augusts recently where that's happened, all-time highs or even like range highs. Despite having an all-time high, August turning out to be a lot like all the summers that we have seen in the past for crypto. Long sideways movements, Not a lot of spice, not a lot of interest. It had us going there in the first half. There is what, 4 days now? 3 days, 4 days left in August. Anything could happen. We just did have the moon phase. God, every time I say it, I feel like a crackhead. We did just have the moon phase change not too long ago. Typically, we do see kind of changes in trends every 2 weeks. That does line up with the moon phase, usually pretty well. Unfortunately, I guess this one, we got the new moon and just sold off and moved down afterwards. Maybe that's the trend for the next week and a half. We'll see. But Bitcoin, not really the interesting chart to me today. There are, we'll go with two, maybe a few more here that have my eye. I guess on the week we touched on 109. I think I'm just at this point kind of doing confirmation bias, kind of just picking out what I want. Like, I want it to bounce. I don't want it to keep selling off. So like maybe identifying this as just another kind of moving the goalpost. I'll admit that, but I'll take it for now. On the week, if we don't see a bounce here at 109, we'd look down to the next point of inefficiency, or the opening gap of inefficiency here on the week, and that would be at 101K. I think that I can say that would be a solid place to look. If we lose 109, we could look at 101 for that weekly fill. Certainly would not be the bullish price action that we're looking for, right? You can even extrapolate this out in your brain. You know, if you hit 109, you went to an all-time high. If we come back down, what does that begin to look like, right? Begins to look like a big old dong, and the market's just splooging on us. Now, it looks like an inverse, or it looks like a head and shoulders at that point. We would have confirmed a neckline with the double touch after the higher high. Things don't look good down there, so I'm going to remain optimistic and say 109 is going to hold for now. Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. So there are charts that are interesting. Bitcoin largely sideways here. I still think within an acceptable bullish range. It does get sketchier under 109. Let's say an acceptable bullish range up here. But there are some charts that are looking very good. Of course, we could talk about Ethereum all day. We probably will talk about Ethereum all day because that's just what people want to talk about. So we want to look at. Also, though, in better condition than Bitcoin, but kind of similar setup of you hit all-time high, you instantly sold off. My profit take at the all-time high, not feeling so bad now, right? Not looking too shabby. I do believe Ethereum will trade higher than it did this week, or on Sunday of last week. I do believe that by the end of the year. So at some point I will regret that profit taking, but I still think it was the right move, mostly because I created the plan. I shared it here with you guys. I said I'm going to look to take profit at the all-time high, and then I mapped out where I was going to look in the future to take profit on my positions, and I just followed through with it. You know, I think that's the best you can do when it comes to trading. You're never going to hit it perfectly at the top. You're never going to hit perfectly at the bottom, and you just have to create a plan where you're going to be in a good position either way, and that's what I did. Weekly down for Ethereum, still looking a little bit better than Bitcoin. I'd say still looking a little bit better than Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised to see all-time high tested again before a lower low on Ethereum. We'll go more into depth on Ethereum and into XRP, don't worry, and even into Solana. Actually, Solana might be on the one of them looking in the good category. I'll move this over to one of the exciting charts. Actually, that looks pretty damn good. Trade filled from Monday. Stop, not hit. Okay, yeah, we'll do that one. But there is another chart, the spiciest of charts, that we don't typically look at. We haven't looked at this coin in a while in any kind of depth, but recently we've had some news about it, and we can, well, I'll let the chart do the talking. 𝐂𝐴, crypto.com. This is certainly nothing I've been a huge fan of over the years, but it is moving. It's moving pretty solid right now. I believe it was the Trump Media Group with some kind of partnership. I don't know. Basically with crypto.com and like something to do with Trump, with the supply, like 19% of the supply. I don't know how that's bullish. I don't really get that. I think the bet here that people are making, if they are making this bet, is that if Trump owns it, he'll want to pump it. I mean, I don't think that's the worst logic, but I would caution that this pump is almost certainly just a result of a centralized supply. And then also crypto.com is an exchange. They're largely their own market maker for this coin. They largely own their own supply. They're likely just pushing it, right? Be careful with this. we always caution on pumps like this in general, especially when the rest of the market is not behaving in the same way. This pump is against the rest of the market even. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down, total market cap is down, and 𝐂𝐻 is breaking new yearly highs. This is not something that never happens in crypto. This is not the most common thing, but it is almost always a trap. Let's be real. It's almost always a trap. I don't know the future, neither do you, but I have seen this kind of setup before, and it usually ends up badly. So just be careful here. Doesn't mean you can't trade it. Doesn't mean you can't touch it. Just be careful. Keep your wits about you. Don't let those emotions carry you away. Try not to dig in too deep to that euphoria. I don't know, whatever it is. If you want to trade it, check out BYDFI, our exchange partner. You can trade there. They have 𝐂𝐻. You can trade it there. No KYC, big bonuses when you sign up using my link. Links in the video description. Okay. Let's take a look at this chart. So it is a weird one. It was not looking good. This is another reason I'm skeptical. It was not looking good here. 𝐂𝐻 in March broke its low. It hit a new high in December of last year. Then broke its low. Didn't really do anything. And all of a sudden, it's just rocketing up, right? Clearly off the narrative or whatever, off the news of this. Let's take a look, right? Let's connect our highs. I don't know. We're pretty close to a high trend here. I think that's a lazy TA, but we're just kind of finding ways to look at this chart differently right now. So let's zoom out. Zooming out. Not a lot in the way here. On the zoomed out chart, not a lot going on. Very inefficient fall from the last bull market, all the way up to like 57 cents. You do not have a lot on the quarterly. You can see very tight price action, pretty much any high getting sold off, any low at 8 cents getting bought up here, and then all of a sudden this explosive candle. Would not be crazy to me to see this return to 15 cents. I'm going to kind of readjust this because it's been a long time since I've updated this chart. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of a lot of it. There we go. From the quarter, I think that's a solid way to look at it. We're just missing one more horizontal. All the way up here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. There we go. 55 cents quarterly above us. Not a bad target if you're looking to play this. You're looking to really ride this. I probably would look a little bit before 50 cents. Expanding highs here. I kind of feel like this is the top of its little range locally. Look at me being skeptical. 30 cents following that up. How's our... all right, our oscillators are oddly good. On the monthly time frame, we see RSI highs coming up and price coming up. That's not a bad way to climb. I almost expected this to have a really bad bearish divergence on it, but we don't see that. Oh, the beard. I have a poll going. Should I shave the beard? I probably will shave it. Derek said shave it live. That's ballsy. I will get hair into my computer. I'll get it like everywhere. It'll be a disaster. I don't really know why I grew it out. I just got past the itchy phase and I was like, F it, you know? Like, I've never made it this far, so I'm just gonna let it rip. And ripping it has been. Let's check this out. Interesting. On the month, the 50-month average, 15.3 cents. I said this earlier. I wouldn't be surprised to see 𝐂𝐻 return to 15 cents. I like that. You can even see the 20 monthly coming up to make a bullish cross right at about 15 cents. I can see that. I can see that coming to play. And in fact, I like that enough that I feel confident, for now at least, to place a long position at 15.3. I'm going to zoom in a little more though. Down to the week. What do we got here? Ooh. All right, all right. Kind of spicy. 200 weekly. The 200-week moving average, that's a big one in crypto. 200-week largely will define if a coin is in a bull or bear market. While it's underneath the 200-week, it's almost always in a bear market. And when it's above the 200-week, it's almost always trending up. You can see this has been true for Chronos. I know there's a lot on this chart here. In fact, let me simplify it just for the sake of this. There we go. Simple. As soon as 𝐂𝐻 lost this back in August of 22, it then began exploring lower prices in a way that it hadn't in its history. Pretty simple there. Lost it, traded down, failed to break through, and it didn't continue in a bear market, so it's not exactly a yes, no kind of binary thing, but the action underneath the 200 week is so much weaker. You can see whenever it's rejected, nothing really happens here. It finally broke through, and this is kind of interesting because I was talking about this pump being off the narrative of like the Trump and the CDC partnership, whatever it is. We can see though that 1, 2, 3 weeks ago, this actually retook the 200 week and held it. So the chart did have a little foresight, a little insight as to what was going to happen. That's kind of spicy. Retook it, tested as support, and blasted off here. Underneath the 200, I like this as well. This is better than I thought it would look. I like this moving average cluster. We have the 20, the 50, and the 100 all down here, all together crossing at about 10 cents. So 15 cents, I think, is the play. But if something crazy happens, 10 cents would be probably a pretty cheeky place to look. I'm not going to place this one right now, but remember this, 10 cents down here where all those averages are. This looks solid. This looks solid. I don't think it looks solid at a buy for 26 cents, but I do think it looks solid down here at 15. As these averages move up, remember the 50 month is there, the 20 month is here. All of those averages are kind of looking to cross at the same point. 15 cents, 15.3 cents. That is actually some spicy alpha. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I kind of like that. 9.2 to 1. You know, maybe we can just play it like that. 5 to 1. No. Like that. I'm taking a screenshot. There it is. Week breaking through the divergence. Cool. Money flow rolling over on the week, but so is momentum. I don't trust momentum. I don't trust momentum there. People talking about Kronos yet? Or Kronos, yeah, is it Kronos? Crypto.com coin. Are they talking about it yet? Is it hyped? Pay attention to that. Daily leading into it looks good. Again, the chart knowing what was going to happen. I don't know. Money flow up. Looks good on the day. All right. Still be careful. This is my end thesis here. Still be careful, of course, with this. It's pumped a lot in a small amount of time. What are we up? 60-70%. People are going to feel FOMO. Nothing else is moving. Remember, I've told you guys the story of the bull run where coins are pumping. You jump into the coin because it's pumping. It stops. It slows down. You end up catching the local top. Something else starts pumping. You think, oh, I got the wrong horse, right? I did the only thing not pumping. So you jump out of the coin that you're slightly down in, that you just got, or even worse, you jump out of a coin you've held for years into whatever's pumping, just to see the local top, just to see this chopping, right? I think this is likely going to age as one of those chops. People are going to jump out of, maybe Ethereum. They bought Ethereum at 5K, right? 2-3 days ago. Ethereum pulled back. It's moving slower now. It hasn't moved. They're worried. So they sell at, I don't know, like a 10% loss here. They jump into Kronos, which is up 70%. What happens? They likely end up catching somewhere near the top as it retraces back down. Once it hits here, something else is up here on a different chart, right? Maybe Solana's broken. They jump into Solana. Just try to avoid jumping on all these trains late. Sometimes you just have to wait for the train that you're on to start. Doesn't mean you can't play this, but just be careful. Don't get caught in the flow, with the momentum of everything else moving. This chart's definitely interesting to me. I'm gonna put this back on my radar. Would be really cool to see it trade to 15 cents over the next, I don't even know what amount of time, but that'd be interesting. I'll take this trade at 15.3. If we see a retracement to there, I'll take that trade, especially a thing like that. Let me go through Solana here. Let's go through Solana as it is also looking pretty solid, and then I'll jump into the chat. Sorry for not paying attention to you boys. Let me just get through a little bit here, and we'll get it. I'll clean this up. Okay. Solana, still moving here. Higher highs, looking like on the way. Kind of similar. You connect the highs here. Same with CDC or 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭, and you're pretty close to that trend, that top trend. Money flow coming up, RSI coming up. Let me zoom out. I feel like I haven't looked at the monthly in a while. That impulsive move downward is definitely beginning to catch and move back up. Where are we on the retracement? Past the 618. 190 broken. All right. 190 was our target for taking profit. We have broken it. Yeah, we re-entered at it. Here we are. Whoa, what's Hype at? 50. Is Hype at all-time highs? Hype might be at all-time highs. We have to look at Hyperliquid. 208. Just flying. Riding that momentum. I think it was on Monday we placed this trade at 190. This was our take profit from the previous trade that did get stopped out, but I think was still legit. Re-entered, and that has aged really well. Traded down only a few dollars under 190. Caught that reversal, and now right back retesting, it looks like August's highs pretty quickly. I didn't like this pattern originally, as it looked like some kind of ascending triangle. I think on lower time frames, it's looking more like resistance being tested over and over again at 210. Lows coming up. I think that sets the stage for 250. 240, 250. RSI still, with the above 50 RSI bias, I like that. Undecided though, hanging out really in the middle. The trend is not super strong, and you can even see that on the candles. About why I trimmed my beard before this, man. I do need to cut it. Trimmed my beard before this, but it keeps now pricking me. It keeps tickling my nose. I do not like that. No one told me this would happen. It's like it got staticky after I cut it. Back up to the highs. Where are we at? Yeah, RSI. Really, I'm not seeing a great edge here. The trade was good. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Looking for another higher high to continue the subtrend. I think that's it. I think that's all it is. I don't see this much. I mean, much other kind of any different way here. Two measure move, 1 at 250. 1618 from the move before it. All right. All right, send it, I guess. I guess send sold at 250. I don't have any like super alpha on that other than we caught it. Resistance is being tested, weakened. Our lows are getting bought up earlier. We have an uptrend with our higher highs and higher low. Consecutive higher highs and higher low. Yeah, not a lot on. Not a lot on there. I'm going to pull up the chat. Let me see. I do want to pull up Hyperliquid because it looks like I got an alert for it. Is that an all-time high? Yeah, 50. It's Hyperliquid versus BTC trade. Still playing, still up, fire. That's a 25% gain against Bitcoin. Wow. Shit. That's a sick trade. That's sick. Whew. That's sick. Long on the dollar pair, 35.37. I'll count that. What was this? 35.58. Not even 10 cents. I'll count it. But that would have already taken profit at this point. All-time high broken today. Even the new coins are moving so slowly. It's weird. $80 target by the end of the bull run, I think, is reasonable. I think this move at 50 is just inching towards there. You have to always be careful at these psychological numbers like 50 flat. You can easily see profit taking here, even into a higher low, and just continue out this pattern, basically stopping out new leverage, stopping out new positions. What's this look like on a bigger time frame? Not much. Not much. Looking solid though. A close above 50 this week, I think, really cements that move towards 80. Beautiful. Kind of beautiful, not gonna lie. Money flow bringing itself up from negative, money leaving this pair in BTC USD or Hyper USD, pumping back in, momentum back up. I wouldn't enter at 50, honestly. I wouldn't enter at 50. I would wait for the August close to open a new trade on this. If anybody caught this at 35 though, bravo. Well done. I bought some of this at some point, but I don't think I did not get it at 35. I think I got it like 40, something higher. I paid a premium. This chart alone, the dollar pair here alone is pretty solid. Pretty convincing that this run, it could have some more upside. But more compelling than that, Hype BTC, the pair that we had to create to chart and trade here, is great. It's looking very, very solid. Perfect back test of that previous all-time high. Our entry for the trade one more time before breaking its range yesterday. Literally yesterday. Whew. Did it break? All right. This is cool. A lot of the time people struggle to see the value or understand the value, not see it, understand the value of these pairs, of the BTC pair. And especially I can understand like this one. Hype BTC, I don't think is even a traded pair, or at least we couldn't find it when we made this chart. So what's the value? What, you know, like typically if Hype BTC is going up, Hype USD is going up. So like, what is it? How is that helpful, right? Well, take a look at this. And this is obviously a cherry picked example, but it's a good one. So check it out. Hype BTC broke its all-time high yesterday. Right here, it broke the range. It broke June's high and moved to all-time highs, okay? That was a awesome signal for this coin, an amazing signal. Now, go back to the USD pair and you'll find that yesterday, it didn't break all-time high in USD. If you had just been looking at the USD pair, which is what the majority of traders would be looking at yesterday, you could say easily, well, I don't know, man, this could be like a liquidity sweep, especially because we're looking at Bitcoin selling off right now, Ethereum selling off, total down. I wouldn't feel confident longing. This looks more like a taking profit opportunity. We barely even broken, right? We barely even broken our August high, let alone back to July's high. We're still below it. We don't have a confirming signal. We don't have really anything here on the dollar pair. But the Bitcoin pair had secret alpha for us. It said, not only did you break it, you broke all-time high, you closed above all-time high, and you put on a pretty significant candle here. It wasn't just like 1%. It closed 12% up against Bitcoin. This was an awesome signal that the USD pair was also going to look to be bullish. And as we get kind of closer to the end of this cycle and hopefully into the more hype, fiery part of this cycle, these pairs are going to be more and more valuable. There is a time where they don't give us that much value. Like I'd say in a bear market where dominance is moving up, all these charts are just moving down. It's not going to give us as much value. Where these really shine is, I like to say, when coins are at all-time high and in price exploration, this really has great value. So never sleep on the BTC pairs. Check them out. What the heck, mouse? Check them out and start learning them if you haven't yet. The sensitivity for, does anyone else's computer do this? The sensitivity for no reason on my mouse just dropped like a bunch and it's annoying me. What the hell? One sec. I gotta open my settings and change this because it's driving me nuts. I have to like I have to like pick the mouse up and move it. Okay. That didn't really work. No, it's a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Let me place another alert on Hype. I'm going to place Hype BTC up here. Just give me another little indicator if something happens. And let's turn it over to the chat. Let's see what you guys are looking at here. Dominance down. These other BTC currency pairs not looking any better or really any different from the other day, from Monday. Let me pull up the chat. 400 viewers. Dude, Monday was popping. What happened to Monday? We had 100 people waiting when the stream started. How come I'm bearish? Am I bearish, Felix? What am I bearish on? I genuinely don't think I'm bearish. I think, though, I have, over the last 5 years, become... Oh, God, I don't want to say realistic, but maybe less blind. I don't know. I've evolved. I've upgraded. I've learned. I wouldn't say bearish. I don't know what I'm bearish on. I'm often bearish on charts. Someone have a site web for checking news. Last low. If you're looking for a news site for crypto, I like cryptocraft.com. It's a free site. There's like not even really ads. I don't get paid, but beard looks good. Thank you, my friend. Can we look at link? Probably. It's already a right translated cycle. Is it now? ADA BTC looking interesting on the day. Sunchips, my guy. How are you doing, Sunchips? I feel like it's been a bit. I feel like I haven't seen you in here. How have you been? People come and go. Really, what it people take breaks, and that's okay. We can look at ADA BTC for you, but I want to read and vibe with the chat a little bit. I've been in the zone. Didn't get into hype, sadly. Why would you, honestly? Go Crow to 60 cents. That's possible. I would be careful with Crow. I would be very careful, especially longing Crow like up here. But yeah, 55-ish cents isn't a bad upside target if you're playing it. If you're looking for an upside target. Shit. We did long 8 cents long ago. Why is this up here though? That's not right. I think TradingView goofed that up again. TradingView has, for some reason, been really not into my trade, the like long positions and short positions I trade, or I put on the chart. I think it has something to do with the logarithmic chart and the normal chart. Something like, I don't know, it tries to scale it to the logarithmic chart or something weird. And it just makes it infinity. But the entries stay the same. I'm gonna have to go back and search for like August 2024 and see if we placed like where this was originally set. We're like ADA BTC. Let me see what else is good though. Been far too long at this point. Would have had already topped for what? I don't think the top is in. Joining late. I'm catching up. Give me a sec. Joining late. What's up, bullish future? 10 JK shittiest cycle for you. Same, bro. The same. Same. It's not over yet. Long beard. What about beard BTC? I think my beard actually, beard BTC has been bullish because my beard has been growing faster than Bitcoin's been going up lately. Forgot if you asked another stream, how you feeling for September based Bailey? I was feeling very bearish for September in the sense of isolated month. Until August got red. Well, August was green. I was like, yeah, you're probably going to see September sell off. You know, we'll have the bullish rate cut news and the Fed and blah, blah, blah. And then August just started selling off. And that's like, now I'm betting more towards maybe that green September. Remember people were like, are we baking in the interest rate cut? Is it already getting priced in when we were up here? And now it's down below, lower than when we got the job revision data and when Powell and them started to like be more dovish in the cuts. Now we've unpriced it. Now I think we're going to price it in again if we close red. God, all right. This beard might have to come off today. Most cycle peaks for Bitcoin in October. I would say November. It's really Q4. I wouldn't say like October. I would say Q4. I mean, you see November, October, November, last cycle. Then you go back to 17 and it's December. So definitely not October. In fact, October in 2017, at peak October price, Bitcoin still went more than 3x after. Obviously, this looks very different, but is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people say that too, but I don't really get why, because has it ever actually topped out in October? And it's close enough. It's not the wrong answer, right? Like, it's not the wrong answer, but it seems odd that people are saying that if it literally, yeah, it's literally never hit its cycle high in October. So I don't really know why people are saying that. November, December, November. It's like very commonly November, April, May. Yeah, so no, I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I'm going to say that's still right. It's Q4, but it literally has never been October. It's always like November or December. Most cycle problematic. You became old. What? Old. You became old. I don't even know what that means. Felix, what does that mean? I became old? How? When? Oh, because when I was saying I learned. I just adjusted my expectations. That's really what it is. We are in a crypto bull market. Why is everyone so depressed? John picked 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐭. I agree, bro. It's because it doesn't have any of the good vibes of the previous bull runs at all. Crow BTC. Yeah, Pickle, you're right. I pulled it up and didn't look at it. My bad. We will. What's up, Ion? Shout out to Tom. Shout out to you, brother. But we have lots more to go. I mean, it's only August. We are getting a little sad. We are getting sassy. Like, it's August, the end of August. Let's see, but to 2026, we have 126 days. We still have 3 months. 3 months. The ends of these runs tend to be like exponential or parabolic. You look at the end of the runs, and you know, whether we want to look at it here or here or here, like the biggest gains tend to come in the last minutes or in the last quarter. So there still is time for this cycle to 100% fall into exactly what every other cycle has looked like. Like, if we just start running, like, you know, at September, maybe we hit a low and then we creep up into the end of September. And then in October, we're closing green, we're closing big candles. November, December, bigger and bigger gains. And then it's over. It looks just like every other cycle pretty much. So that's a reason I'm kind of confused as to why people are like, the 4-year cycle's broken or this or that. And it's like, yeah, but it still could look exactly the same. And there's like nothing, there's like no compelling reason to deviate from that yet. Other than probably it gets good clicks. We don't like exchange coins. No, I don't. I do not like exchange coins. Except for BNB, I guess. It's not even that I like it. I got in early and the chart's just been strong. I mean, that'll end someday. Crypto space is Pengu to $1. Okay. Why bearish on hype? Wait, when was I bearish on hype? I wasn't bearish on hype. I was just saying I think it's going higher. I was just talking about how its BTC pair is at all-time high and it's blasting. I don't know. You guys are bear trolling me. You're bear trolling me. Nvidia earnings soon. Slow day it is. Business idea of yours is getting funded, so you've been busy with that. What's your business idea, Sunchip, so you don't want us to steal it? Hope Crow goes up for the Crow fam. Same. I mean, people have been holding Crow for a long time. I know a lot of people here been holding Crow. I hope all of our bags go up. I really do, even if I don't like the bag. I like the beard. Nice trim. All right, maybe I'll get a trim. I'll get trim. Activate your card. I still have my card somewhere. I don't think it's still active though. Pith looking good, says Great Condor. What's up? Mickle911. Randy. Shave Clean Coin. Larby Ben. Ondo Eth is interesting. AJ Red. August Green September. That's where I'm at. New month, new fib cycle. Believe on leaving some low percent runners on the spot trades. Ion, honestly, yeah, I do. It's not optimal. Ion asked, like, do I believe in basically, if I'm interpreting this right, like holding a piece of a spot bag, not a per position, but kind of like almost planning on round tripping some of it. And the answer is, in a perfect world, you shouldn't, and no. But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a very unperfect world. Case in point, literally everything that's gone on for the last 5 years. And so the reason I basically plan to hold some percent, when I say that, that's the caveat. The context is a very small percent, because you're just never going to get out at the Pico top. And in order to continue being comfortable and taking profits on the way up, you basically have to plan that way. Obviously, you want to minimize that percent. And that is why when we talk about an exit plan and a trading plan and taking profit plan, we focus on getting our principal out, getting out every piece we've invested, so that in the inevitable end, while we're taking profits on the way up, we miss some of it at the end, but that's okay because we've removed all the risk. It'd be perfect if we could. And I don't know, you get to the point where you're like, I just want to pull the trigger and get out of it. I'm in big profit. Do it by all means. Go for it. But there's just going to be that nagging of, well, you could have held it. Now it'd be this much. Now it'd be this much. And with that in the back of your mind, you're more likely to buy back in. And now you have re-risked. You have entered back at the risk. And by definition, if you're doing this as prices going up, by definition, you're doing it closer to the top and you're increasing your risk and you're making it more likely that you just give back all the gains that you've made. And that's why I'd say, yes, the world isn't perfect and we aren't perfect. And so to almost plan on having some amount round tripped, I think is what I usually do and what I think works best for people. Rehash, make sure you had your money out though. Get your principal out and then you can do that. That's the goal. We're going to look at ADA, BTC, although I am enjoying going through the chats here. What's my thought on ETH bull top? 10K unrealistic? No, it's not unrealistic. We have been plotting out our Ethereum trade, or my Ethereum trade, publicly for a while. It is pretty crazy. For those of you who have been around for the last year watching regularly, do you guys remember this? Do you remember me being bearish on Ethereum at 4K? Selling like all my Ethereum? Even shorting Ethereum on leverage? Until literally April. Do you guys remember this? Until literally April. And then April is when I've said, all right, I'm done. I've reversed this. I'm no longer bearish on it. I was skeptical. I wasn't like all in, but I rebought some of my Ethereum for the first time. I didn't rebuy it at all. Opened up some positions here, actually more around this area. I didn't open up the perps till like here. And then, this is the crazy part. First time since April, we took profit on Ethereum on the long. I didn't close out. I didn't totally reverse like in April. But you guys remember that? Who's here? That's legendary. That's freaking legendary, dude. Here's just to rehash quick. I had 2 take profit targets that we discussed over like the last month. As Ethereum was really pumping and people were getting a little greedier, a little more euphoric, we did this realistic take profit kind of setup. The first one was at all-time high. That was 4,867. I did do that. I showed you that on Monday. Took profit on my, not the whole thing, but I closed some of my perp. The next target isn't unrealistic, but of course is not guaranteed. Instead of 10K, which certainly could come, I'm looking at around 9,800. Am I just like kind of cherry picking? I don't know. Is this like too precise? Probably. The real idea here is that it is just before 10K. Just before. You're front running the 10K if it comes. The reason I get this number is, well, 10K, like everyone is kind of thinking, is a nice psychological number. People are going to look to sell at 10,000 no matter what. Like absolutely no matter what. Just because it's a clean round number. Mom and pop can kind of visualize it. So we're going to look to front run that by a little bit and kind of an insignificant amount in the sense of like the profit percents will be so small between 9.85 and 10. It's so small. And if that doesn't end the rally, in this scenario, if this happens at all, that doesn't end the rally. 15 or 14K, again, right before the psychological number. This is where I would be almost completely out of Ethereum. I would still have something. Remember that round trip discussion we just had? I still would have some kind of spot here in case it goes to infinity, which is impossible. But, to beat up, to keep those feelings at bay, I would still keep some spot. I mean, after that, the targets get a little less realistic, like 27K. 25, 27. And then after that's like not even really worth discussing, I think. If that happens, we'll figure that out on the fly. But my plan is to largely get out if we hit to 10, be almost all out, like with a quarter of my position left, maybe at 14. And then there you go. I'll probably just round trip whatever's left. Probably just plan on holding it back down. If we could make it to 25, maybe I sell half of that, what's left, right? Then I'll be at like 12% of the bag. But that's the plan. I totally forgot about ADA BTC. We're going to look at it. It's not unrealistic. It could December, November. This one, October. Yeah, it could be. Do not shave the beard. You're 32 and you can't grow a beard. Red Dead, I'll shave it and I'll send it to you. And then you can then have, you can go to Turkey and they'll implant it in your face and then you'll have this beard. That's how it works. Skull Crusher, short the tops. Yes, yes. What's pumping most on the hour? Asks Crypto Steve. I'm going so slow through these chats. I think I'm like 10 minutes behind. I'll probably just refresh it here in a minute. What is pumping most on the hour? Good question. OKB, I kind of want to pull this up. I'm not doing TA. I just want to pull it up. Oh God. That didn't age well. I still wouldn't touch this coin with your money. Would not touch it. Look at this. Jesus Christ. I was like, this is a scam. And then it went up more. And I mean, hey, that's how scams work. It's just going to keep going up until people notice it. And then it's going to be done. That's wild. Look at this bullshit, though. 280%. 500% in 10 days. Yeah, that's... Jesus. I don't even want to look at this chart. I don't even want to look at it because I'm just going to keep saying the same thing. As this goes up, the risk is just higher and higher. And you can say, but Tom, you said it was a scam at 100. No, it's at 170. It went to 250. Yep. Yeah, that's what happened. And it still is going to be a scam pump. And maybe it goes to 300. Maybe it goes to 500, right? I don't know. But what I do know is as soon as people start buying this, the top will be in. And what I also know is it will return to these values. It will come back down here eventually. Just like, oh, it just... This is going to wreck people. I don't want to look at it anymore. It's making me sad. Making me sad. Sky. I don't know what Sky is. Monero's up on the hour. Not a lot. Sky I've never heard of. Yeah. Bull market, your alts are worse than the bear market. Jeez. No, that's not true though. Tom G, September 7th is the full moon. The corn moon, that is a sign. The big guys took all the fun out of the market. Yeah. We're the jaded retail. Yeah. What's up, Kellen Star? Kellen Star says, "Def, the good vibes are missing from this market." I agree. Let me catch up. Let me just like refresh it. What's up, Shane? I see you. Astrosex, Wizard Beard or Bust. What's up, Janix? Who did I miss? Wanted Studios. Let me. If I was like minutes behind on the chat. I'm gonna refresh it here, but I didn't ignore your message. I see AJ, Ace of Hearts, CBK Wahoo, Crazy Crush, Crypto Billy, Crypto Steve, Eric Valentine, God Domit, Gold Dragon. What's up, bro? In the Zone, Chief, Karlik, Lizard King, Mikhail. Lizard King, is that the original Lizard King? Are you back, bro? What's up, Julie? Julie Kennis is here. How's your channel going, darling? It's good to see you. It's a hard time to start as a creator. I'll mad props for that. Matthew Barnes, there's no G. Moon Raccoon, Mr. Twan, Petro, Riker's Beard, Randy Greer, Red Dead, Dovakin, Ryan, Scotty Swing, Pickle, Tom Kumagi. Probably say it different every time. Mod Studios, Wojak, Woby. I probably missed a few. Adam, there he is. Derek, there he is. The boys, Cactus Leo, Ryan. Thoughts on unemployment report? Who's doing the numbers now? Don't forget to hit the like, chat. Thank you, Joseph. It's a grind. You lost 2 subscribers yesterday. I feel you. I feel you. It's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take you a long ass time to get past that. And I'll tell you, it actually never goes away. Even when I refresh mine and I see it goes down, even though it's at like 200,000, I see it go down like 1. I'm like, what the? How could anyone ever unsubscribe? But mad props to you, Julie. This has gotta be the hard. And so when I say this is the shittiest bull run, I mean it from so many different angles, and angles that most people are not aware of. Like, as a creator, this is the shittiest bull run. It used to be like in 2021, we were all kind of like minor celebrities, right? On YouTube for crypto. And now it's all just like suits and stuff, like dudes in suits and like billionaires. And it's like even the hype for, I don't know, like the content is gone. But on top of all that, what I was saying is this cycle has been so hard for freaking making content. It is wild. Props to anyone who started a channel and is grinding. It's not easy. Corn moon, baby. Let's go. I'm all in for the corn moon. All in. Thoughts on SUI? When Bitcoin made a big high, tested it 1 year later, then fell to major resistance according with the all-time chart, you can say that Bitcoin will fall for the next 9 to 11 months once it studios. I think that will... I think that's like a safe bet come 2026. If I have 5K now, what would I buy? Shit, that is a hard. That's a hard question. Give me a minute. The crash to the left is exactly like the COVID crash, but instead of the bottom, pull it to liquidate all of the races wrecked stonked in crypto. Let's hear the Chirpow rap. We have the FOMC coming up in September 17th, I believe. 1 day or 2 days before I leave for Lost Lands. Spicy. Smash Toshi Smakamoto. Damn, bro. That hits right here. Smash Toshi, that hits right here. Smash Toshi said, I can't even tell if any of this is worth it anymore. Damn, bro. Damn, dude, that hits. Cat Token Voxy, probably not. Meme Land, Lucas Drummer. You appreciate my work, thank you. Shrink Tech, okay. Caught up. Pump and dump. Thanks, Tom. Thank you in the zone. Send him your pubes. Well, Wojak, that's what I was going to do. I was going to tell him it's my beard. He would get him, put him on his face, and then he would turn on the stream and be like, wait, Tom still has his beard. Oh, no. All right. Don't shave your beard. You get the tattoo. Dudes, I know. I owe myself and you guys a tattoo, but I just want it to be when it's like fun. Okay, we did a massive token burn. All right. Moon Raccoon, you know, at least there's like some mechanism there, but let's be real. That don't mean shit. If OKX owns 90% of the supply of its coin, right? Think of this. If there's 1 million of the coins and they own 900,000 of them, okay? If they burn 500,000 of the coins, right? It really doesn't mean that the rest of the coins are worth more, only because they have them all. It doesn't really impact the rest of the supply, the rest of the market. It's a weird thought, but that's largely because those coins were free. They didn't pay anything for them. There's no cost basis. They were just snapped into existence. And that is the big problem with all centralized kind of pre-mined shit, is it doesn't really matter when they burn the supply in the same way. Scotty Swing, always here. Let's go. No euphoria phase. How can we be over? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it is. I think we still have euphoria phase. I still haven't done ADA BTC. Yeesh. Service. Sup, raw doggin. Discipline and focus. Ferrari. Carlos Lopez. All right, my chat refreshed again. I'm getting so far behind. I'm reading slow. Can the XRP devs do something? I don't know. Beard looks good. Ignore the hate. I don't know. Has there really even been hate? I haven't heard any hate. Most people are very supportive of the beard. I think what I'm gonna do is, if I don't shave it, I'm just gonna go to like a barber and have them just like shape it, like tame it down. All right, after all that, roll call. After all that, maybe we should look at Cardano BTC, because Sunchips wanted to, and I said I would, and then I got distracted. Two big pauses up, bro. Link ETF Bitwise filed yesterday. Could be huge. I'm so over ETFs. I'm so over the ETFs, man. Every altcoin, sorry, I'm not trying to come at you, Mr. Twan, but every altcoin kind of group is just like so coping with this ETF thing. Like there's like Litecoin is doing it too. So, you know, I'm jabbing at myself here. We've never seen the ETFs come online and it be like bullish. It's just always been kind of a non-event or even bearish. I don't know. It just seems like a cope. It doesn't seem to matter. I want it to, but it just doesn't seem to. Love the stream. You and Sammy keep me going. Hell yeah, Tyler. Different methods. Yeah, all TA is different. And a cool design, like a spiral. Shave the beavers. Did the beard look like a metal dude? Really? Is it that long? I mean, like in metal dude territory? I've never had a beard this long. I've never been able to get it this far. All right, we have to do Cardano versus BTC. ADA BTC. Shout out to Tan Chung Fong, Philippe Texiera, Laszlo, Crypto Changed Me, Evans Mac, Argual Art, Oscar Silva, all the people who subscribed today. Could you really quick, I know we haven't done charts in like 20 minutes now. We're about to. If you could, just double check you've hit the like on this stream. Please. Put a message in the chat, vote in the poll. Just engage with the live stream. We have very low numbers today. Let's try to get them up. And we can do that by showing YouTube we're enjoying the content. And we can show YouTube we're enjoying the content by engaging with the live. That means chatting, liking, subscribing, sharing, everything. Double check, make sure you're subscribed to the stream. Your notifications are enabled. And while you're at it, make sure you're in our Discord. Discord.gg/TomCrown. There we go. What's up, brother? What is up, Noel? Thanks for subscribing. That makes it so much better when someone actually subscribes when I say that. Noel Otino, my guy. Awesome. Just a nice little shill there for the engagement. It does matter. Cardano versus Bitcoin actually does look pretty good. This does look pretty good. We have a golden cross coming up on the horizon. That golden cross, I'd say right around September start, right into September's open. 50 moving average coming in. The 200 daily moving average curling up, which is actually great. Sometimes when you see the 200 moving down and the 50 crosses above it, it's not as strong of a signal. What we see here is that 200 beginning to lip up, showing upward momentum with the 50. That's solid. Golden cross coming in. The price action near the cross, equally important. I think this looks good. Draw a line from your peak in July and you will find that this chart is drawing a bull flag of some kind directly above previous resistance. And that is making a very pretty pattern. A very bullish, very strong, pretty pattern. You might not see it, or maybe you do, but I think it will become more apparent if we flip it upside down. People are always better at this for some reason. Flip it upside down, invert the chart, and look at this. You have a very interesting looking chart. Very interesting looking chart. This looks like a rejected high and now resistance looking for that continuation. I think that's the bet. What is nice and confirming about this is, well, that's pretty much in line with what we were kind of looking for anyway. We were looking for a close above 802 sats this month. Retake that bearish order block. This is a solid little resistance here, and you have your path ahead of you. Really, you have 900 right above that with another order block. That's the next logical upside resistance. Could see it play out this way. You could see it play out this way. This would definitely be the slower route, but close above 802 sats this month in September, looking for 900. Let's see where that would go. Did hold the low, retested 14. 1100 after that. Picking up momentum. The month is not quite in the same position, but the week, wow, this chart looks really different on the. This is kind of cool. This chart looks extremely different. When you went from the monthly to the weekly, this is a different story. We're looking at this as resistance for a month, and it is. But look over here on the week, and we'll actually find that it appears we are above previous resistance. Interesting. Different story on the month. Last week basically came back, tested weekly resistance there, moved higher. I think this looks solid. I think this looks good. That does line up as well with the falling Bitcoin dominance. You are, of course, not out of the woods, right? You could see this move. I don't know if I believe this move. I know I placed this here. I don't know if I believe 3,000 sats, but you don't need 3,000 sats. Like that's not like required for ADA to have an incredible move. Let's just throw the fib tool. Look at that. Look at how well I can approximate a 618 retracement. That's really cool. You don't even need that. Let's say you're just looking at a 618 retracement, your golden fib. You don't even need to make it there, honestly. Almost any of these values, and you can have a huge rally. But let's just take it back to the 618 instead of aiming even higher or all-time high or something like that. 2,300 sats. That is a massive 200% against Bitcoin. Massive gain against Bitcoin. if Bitcoin does nothing, if it stays at exactly this price, that would put ADA at like $3. Right? $3. 180, 240, 250. That's a big move. That's a big move. That's if Bitcoin does nothing. So if Bitcoin goes to any kind of move to the upside and this happens, that's when you're looking at all-time highs, looking at big values. SPX just broke all-time high right now. I think I got an alert. Hold up. Yo. Make hope great again. I know, bro. Oh, here you go. Here's some hopium. The S&P literally just broke all-time high right now. Stocks just traded to all-time high. Does that mean Cardano will pay you? Maybe. Hopefully. Gold, bro. What's up, Rethu? Gold is gold moving. Someone stole your membership. Can you hook you up? You can't actually gift memberships to specific people. I don't know why. It seems crazy. You can only randomly gift them. You can buy them for yourself, or you can randomly gift them. You can't like assign them. So I literally can't. And I'll be real, Vegas, even if I could. No, even if I could, you bud. No, I'm kidding. Stocks at all-time high. Whoa, how did I get up here? Up there. I don't know how I got up there, but I did. I was getting high, just like stocks. Check out my watch here. Where's our all-time high? Bitcoin, crypto. Where's our all-time high? Why are we left out of this? That might be another reason this rally feels so weird. Not this rally, this bull market. Because in the past, right? Look at where are we? 2021. Like this is crazy. Right? It's like 33%. I feel like stocks were very overshadowed by Bitcoin in the previous cycles. Like Bitcoin's gains, crypto's gains were just like so overshadowing. And now it's almost like stocks are overshadowing, and not by percent gain, obviously. Though it does look like their percent gain has increased. No, never mind. Wait, that's April. From April, you'd be up 33%. That's actually kind of crazy for stocks. It doesn't feel that way. It's not like it's overshadowing. I still think stocks have more to go. I think they'll be driven by inflation. We're never getting inflation under control. I think that's another element. 7K. Let's see. What else is moving then? XRP at 3. Sol BTC. Nobody. Huh. It's not very exciting. I feel like stocks are... I feel like Bitcoin just has been like stocks this cycle. It's just like not very exciting. It breaks all-time high and you're like, neat. That's real neat. It's up 0.1%. Very neat. All right, Pickle reminded me that I did not, damn. I did not do Crow BTC. This is on their own exchange. Let's see if I can whip this out quick. Crow has returned to what looks like kind of its like point of resistance. How many times has it been here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times over the last 2-3 years. Each time it's rejected. What's interesting is this rally actually looks almost exactly like this rally, November of 24. It looks almost exactly like this rally. That's weird. Back to the same point right now. Obviously, we can see this candle closed lower, but at the moment, like if you just remove these candles, it looks exactly like the setup now, and it's even back to the same price, right? It traded lower, it bounced, traded lower, it bounces back here. These wicks. I'm just going to ignore these wicks, even though these are on their own exchange. It's on crypto.com's exchange, because that's like the only place that trades Crow BTC. Put it right there. There we are. Ooh. This is its monthly chart. Look at this momentum. It's just like lower and lower and lower momentum. Weekly though, weekly is rolling over quickly here. Maybe you're looking for more gains. RSI on the week is up there. That's okay for now. You know, there's no bear div on those. This is like the highest point on these highs. I won't consider that bearish divergence. You got to be so far, yeah. Well, here's your 200 week. Maybe that's what you're looking for. Another 50% gain though would be very massive. 200 week up here. Can't even, it's like, you can't even look at these numbers. It's like E-5. 100 day. Everything is underneath. Okay. I kind of think it gets rejected here. That's my personal opinion. What is it based on? It's not really based on that much chart. Just the vibe I get. It feels like fast. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, which I obviously have been in the past many times, that's like a 50% farther move just back to the next fib, back to the 0.5. This is also obviously an important historical level. Looking left, you see resistance here before breaking out, retesting all-time high. You see support before breaking down at 23. This would be a pretty logical place to look to return to. What was again another alert? SPX? No. Stupid stocks and their stupidness, being stupid. Gotta hate it. This chart bothers me. And as they burn 50% of their supply. All right. Also, all right, you burn 50% of your supply. So then I'm stuck on this. God, I have crow derangement syndrome. Burn 50% of your supply. So where should this logically go? It should double. It should go to 93. Now it's like double that. This didn't become more valuable because they burned it, you know, outside of the literal burning of supply that they they still own like 90 whatever percent of it, I'm sure. This chart's pretty strong though. It's weird how exchange coins have, maybe it's not weird, but it is weird that exchange coins seem to be less connected to the cycle. And if I know people are going to start saying that's because there's a use case for it. No, go to hell. Go to hell. That's not it. It's because they're market making their own coin on their own exchange with their own supply. They literally have control of the coin. It's not decentralized. Not at all. Let's see. Gold is starting to pop, but we knew that. Gold is just waiting to pop. Maybe it'll pop from here. Maybe it won't, right? I mean, it's just going to continue this a lot. Like, it's looked like it's going to pop over and over and over again. Maybe it's just going to keep going. It's looking good, though. Looking very good. It will pop. It's still going to all-time highs, I think. I don't like what the dollar's doing. I have to re-examine this. Starting to look more like a channel than a wedge. Yeah, looking more like a channel than a wedge. The dollar just never does what you expect it to, man. You want a manipulated thing, it's the dollar. Talking about manipulation, the dollar. I'm going to pull the chat back up. CME jumping up to its gap, filling its gap from yesterday, I guess, opening higher today, filling that gap intraday. Now higher, moving towards 13.8 to 116.8. Russell heading back up. Easy money. Riggedy wrecked. God, I hope none of you bought this shit. If you bought this shit, it's on you. Yeah, I can only lead the horse to water, friends. You are the horse, and you have to, make a drink. You drink or you don't. It's on you. Chainlink, I know people want to look at Chainlink. They always do. Son of a bitch. Stopped out my short. Came right back to entry. Chainlink is a weird one too. Chainlink just seems to move so slow. Let's see. Against Bitcoin, it's broken resistance. It's pulling back here at resistance. Kind of following this. Man, we nailed this on the way up. Those are the good old times. The good old times, man. Freaking nailed this thing in the bull run. This was the early days. This is like an OG crown chart. 2019. This is like when the channel started. And we just nailed it, man. We sold, we bought, we sold, we bought, we sold, we bought, we sold, we bought. Over and over and over again. And I never rebought it. I rebought some Link at $5, whenever that was, but OG chart. Hopefully I'll never lose that one. Yes. Damn, that was a trade. We got stopped out, but 117.5 down to 110. That was damn. Gold, I don't need you. Tron, whatever. Freaking BNB. How's this doing against Bitcoin? Floating. BNB traded 900. Now the calls for 1,000 just aren't so crazy. It's like, yeah, of course BNB will go to 1,000. It already traded at 900. We've been saying this since what, 500? Less. Slowly. Just closing up some of these. Polygon, the long filled and nothing's happened. I don't know if anyone took that trade. What's up, Future Proof? Thanks for subscribing, bro. Welcome. Aerodrome. Long filled, nothing's happening. ARB long filled. All right, up on that. Up on the ARB long. Okay, ARB long. ENA long stopped. Riggedied. Zora back to entry. Sketchy. S&P taking the attention today. Doge still sideways. Jesus. Can't believe how sideways everything is. Solana definitely one of the winners today. We went over this in the beginning. Solana looking great. Crow clearly the winner of today. Ethereum. I think we didn't actually do that much on Ethereum. That's okay though. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to just reading the chat. This is kind of interesting for Bitcoin. We haven't done much Bitcoin today. Maybe we should have, but I don't know. Whatever. Kind of interesting. This is really low time frame. But this is looking like a pattern that wants more upside. Tuesday you have a wick high, wick low. Today you've traded higher, you sold off, but look at these green candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green candles in a row on the hour. Wick down. That's a hella bearish candle. Just getting filled. I mean, this looks like we're moving up. This does look like we're moving up today. Or into Friday. Whatever. 114.2. Kind of where the sell-off began. Looks really, really in the cards. No fib. It's cool. Yeah, when was the last time we saw that many green candles in a row? Rarely. Okay, let me refresh the chat. That's at 2:30. Means we've been live like an hour and change. 255 likes. Not bad for like 450 viewers. Not bad. Not bad. What's up, folks? What's up, Sullied? How are you, my guy? Bro, you are genius. Thank you, Asif. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take it. You're in a Bitcoin long. Looks like it's cooking. Yeah, dude, it does look like it's cooking. It does look like it's cooking. I like that. That's crazy. We need to break 112.6. Yep. Yep. Wicked there. That's the day. That's our daily high. Daily high got filled in like immediately after getting sold off. Nice fake out. You see these wicks eating away at resistance there. That looks good. What's up, Seth? You're in a weird mood. I feel you. Check out Rut. Probably not going to look at new charts right now, base. Just like towards the end of the stream. Let's go, Crow, guys. Crow it. XRP. I look at XRP, did I? This is the main view for me in XRP right now. XRP has not broken its high versus last month. It's traded lower than the monthly open, and it's just like battling out here at the all-time high monthly close at like $3.03. It's like battling it out. I think a close above $3.03 this month is a very good sign for continuation into the end of the year. We're looking for longs at 294. This is still in play, I guess. It's flagging. I don't feel like there's going to be much of an update. This has been very sideways. Hey, you know, sideways at all-time highs, there's worse places to be. There's worse outcomes. Really, it comes down to, do you think this is going to break all-time high soon? If you do, I think you're looking to position out like 294, and you're aiming for, I don't know, up here. Aiming for the all-time high, 360. Looking for a break, probably somewhere under, just like under 450. If you don't, and I don't think there's going to be a super edge. I think that it's like, when you see something like this, with the way the market is, it's like you just do or you don't. You believe it will or you believe it won't, and you just take your bet, right? If you don't, I think you look down here. I've been saying this for a while. Since this ran up in July, this 240, 250 area is so juicy. It's untested. I think if you're looking for even a fake break, I think you can get an entry there to wipe longs and then look for that move up. Right now, it's just sideways. I really don't think we're going to get any kind of like clear, easy tradable signal. I don't think that that's going to be, I don't think that's on the table for this right now. Doesn't look bad. I think it's just like take your bets, right? You can see we've looked for that bet to the upside a few times. Getting chopped here. I don't like that. Got chopped a bunch of times. Interact with us via poll. Which, wait, there's a poll. As the approval for the XRP ETF nears, expect a pullback. Yeah, I can see that. Boring ass day. That's right, David. About to take some profits. You've been waiting for a summer dump all summer. Yeah, there wasn't. No way that was it. 123K to 108K. So scary. Literally shook nobody out. I just don't think there's anyone to shake out. Like, that's the thing. We're in a bull run, we're usually looking to shake out that euphoria. Like, euphoria is what we shake out, because euphoria is weak hands, weak positions, you know, emotionally driven positions that can easily be emotionally reversed. There just isn't really any of that. I mean, maybe there was some here at all-time high for Ethereum. What happened? It dumped. There's some, but there's just like, who is there to shake out? What new people are like buying Bitcoin, right? And what new people are buying Bitcoin at 124K? Nobody. Nobody. Last time anyone new bought Bitcoin, I want to say it was probably back here in November of last year. And I think they probably got shooken out right here. They were done. I don't know. There's been literally no euphoria. It's killing me. It's like messing with my mental health. I actually, good reminder, I got a call. I tried to set up an appointment with like a therapist to talk about it. Just like this is like my emotions through this this cycle and this year and last year. And like, I'm doing okay, guys, don't worry. But it's just like, it's fucking with me, and I can feel it. Like, I can feel it messing with me. Yeah, I want to talk to a professional. Like, help me get beyond this. But it's crushing. You know, my whole life is centered around this, and we've done this 6.5 years. We've been through cycles together, and like the euphoria and the energy it's like something that I look forward to every 4 years after all the years of shit, all the down and all the misery, it's like, well, at least the good times are coming. And there's like hasn't been good times this time. Hasn't been bad, but it's like it's missing, and it's bad. It's bad. It's impacting me. I'm doing all right though. Don't worry. Nothing crazy. Nothing bad. Nothing to worry about. But just like, yeah, it's rough. Like how that hour turned red as soon as we pointed it out. If you're uncomfortable with the price of Bitcoin, you haven't watched enough of Jack Mallers' podcast. Jack Mallers is he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's smart. He's smart, but you know, it's easy for someone like Jack Mallers to not worry about things. You know, Jack Mallers, appreciate him. Great guy. Awesome. Great things for the space. But let's just say he's not exactly like an everyday guy, you know? He doesn't have the everyday guy struggles. So it's easy for someone like him to not worry. It's easy for him to look forward and look in the future. It's not as easy for us. It's not the same. Let's say that. I do think if you're feeling uncomfortable, that watching that kind of content is good. Any kind of content that gets your head on for like a longer, more zoomed out view is good. Because at the end of the day, nothing matters. None of this matters. The same way none of it mattered at really any step, right? It was always just doing this. You squish it enough and it's just a straight line up. It's just up. Shea Beard at 360K. Done. Done. Hit the likes. Thank you, sir. Step away 2 weeks, Randy. Yeah, well, I guess that's why I want to see, you know, professional, is because it's not really the option. It's not really the option for me. Respect. Hell yeah. Still in lungs from April? Let's go, Alien Psyop. Let's go. New poll. I know, it's the same one. It's the same one. Yeah, we've been live like an hour and a half. It's a slow day. She's collecting dividends. You're starting to get jealous. Yeah. Can't say I've ever been jealous of dividends in a bull market, but I get where you're at. I get it. It's hella slow for the crypto market. It's eerie. It's eerie. It's what it really has been though. Is like for a crypto bull market, it's slow now, very slow, right? But what it really is in the bigger picture is that the overall, like the day-to-day overall kind of, and I don't want to say excitement because it's not excitement, but like upward move has been pretty on par in the sense of we've been moving up, and really only moving up if you look at it in a big enough picture. But we haven't had kind of any of the outlier upwards excitement, you know, hype blow up. We've just had like a more sustained, like smaller rally pump, and then nothing, and then cool off, and the cooling off like cools off so much that those little kind of disproportionately small moves just feel like they were nothing. And it's like, great, we got this tiny move, and now 6 months later we're back to where we were, and like, what do we have ahead of us? Another kind of small move coming. Yay. It's like the outliers, the upside and the downside have come in, and it's just been much more consistent, and the consistency doesn't feel good, right? Look at the previous cycle. Look at this. Boom. This was the only time that we really even had like a pullback before the top was very close. Look, that was it. All-time high, pulled back at the all-time high, and then just ran. We really haven't had that moment. We haven't had any of those moments. It's weird. It's just unusual. Well, not even unusual. I would say unique to this run. Do I still believe in the 4-year cycle? Yes, but simply because there's no reason not to. I'm also not attached to it. I'm willing to throw it away, but I'm willing to throw it away once it's been invalidated. It hasn't been invalidated. That's what I don't understand yet. I was kind of talking about that in the beginning. Maybe the real market hasn't even started yet. Maybe the 4-year cycle was broken and the bull market hasn't even started. That's possible. I just don't get why people, other than it will get clicks on videos and posts and stuff, I don't really get why people are thinking that. Just don't do it. Just ain't doing it. I hope that it still is going to. I hope that we still got that ahead of us. We just haven't yet. But yeah, the 4-year cycle being broken, I just don't understand why. What evidence? What reasoning? We're still well within it, and we still could just see everything rip in Q4, and it would look just like every other cycle. Tops in at the end of Q4, and it's like the 4-year cycle is perfect. It was perfect again. If that doesn't happen, we reach Q4 and nothing happens, and then I don't know, we maybe keep rallying into Q1 of next year. Then we can start being like, all right, the 4-year cycle doesn't look the same, doesn't fit as it has in the past. Or if we top out before then and we go down, we start a bear market early, it's like, then the 4-year cycle doesn't really fit the same way. But as long as the all-time high comes in Q4, the 4-year cycle is exactly on, like perfectly. Perfectly. It's so slow. I'm repeating questions. I know. It is what it is. It's so slow. The chat is so slow. It's okay. I'm also fatigued. It's weird. Last night was the first night I slept through the entire night. I've been waking up in the middle of the night for like a year more. Oh, look, Kronos is down. I'm waking up for like a year, at least once every night, but often more than once, to either go to the bathroom or eat. Ever since I took that sleeping med where I gained a bunch of weight, I've been like waking up and eating at night. And last night, somehow, some way, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do, how tired I am, how not tired I am, when I woke up, when I went to bed. For some reason last night I just did not wake up at all, and I feel even like more tired. Oh, life. Life, you're a bitch. Ondo Global Markets. I don't know. I don't know anything about Ondo Global Markets. I know the chart. Chat is so slow. I know, Trinity. Pick it up. Yeah, we've been live like an hour and a half. And my energy is meh. So chat's energy usually mirrors it. It's probably my fault. Sorry about that, Jasper. No, dog. No, dog. You're good. You're good. More hype is coming. Don't worry. Ondo, dude. Ondo looks not great. Ondo looks unspectacular. I don't like say bearish, but just unspectacular. This looks like a big diamond pattern that eventually wants to reverse. I thought things would get spicier when dominance broke to the downside. And I guess they did. Ethereum hit all-time high. But again, just not the spicy that we're used to. Not like the like face melt. He said smush it and it goes up in a straight line. It also works on Cooters. Truth, Giga. Truth. When Lambo? I don't know, bro. What's up, Larby? Singing prayers. Think my streams are awesome. Thank you, brother. Me too. I mean, I love our, dude. I love our streams. I love you guys. I love the audience. Love the viewers. Love everybody. It's just some days are not so exciting, right? This cycle has had a lot of not exciting days. I believe exciting days are coming. Just gotta wait them out. They're coming. Summer has always been very slow. In memory. This summer looked like it was not going to be, and then at the end of August it's like, oh, back down to nothing. No spoish. Right on. You know, it's about that time anyway, boys. Join our Discord. It's free. discord.gg/TomCrown. Jump in there. Sign up with any of the links in the Discord or here in the video description below. I would recommend BYDFI, our exchange partner. Great exchange. You see me trading there live all the time here on this channel. They've got everything. You'll get big bonuses using my link. You'll have access to me for help with customer support on the exchange if you have issues. That's a pretty nice deal. If you sign up with any of them, you'll get VIP roles in our Discord. We're live here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Often in between when things are very spicy, unlike today. The opposite of today usually is when we're live. Looks like No, almost half of you with almost 700 votes. It's not enough. Then it's not enough. It continues. I don't know. Actually, I might shave it. We'll see. We'll see. If it bothers me enough, I'll shave it. And if not, I'll keep it. Right now, I don't want to shave it just because I've like gotten this far. That being said, maybe I just like go right now and shave it. We'll find out. Join our Discord. Sign up with BYDFI. Tune in on Friday. We're gonna have more energy. We're gonna do a little more fun over there. What's up, TTTTRRH? What's up, brother? Subscribing. Welcome, man. Go touch some grass. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you guys. It's gonna get spicier. We got to get through days like today to get to the promised land. So that is it. I will catch you all soon. If you're looking for some one-on-one crypto trading mentoring, in the meantime, check out joincrowncrypto.com if you want it with myself. That's right. Check it out. I'll catch you guys on Friday. Crown out.